welcome back to my channel Mind Positive Store, where we talk a lot about mental health, self-love, self-discovery and just becoming the best version of yourselves, which already exists. Today is a very special day for me. I did this exact same video on the same day last year, 26 lessons in 26 years, and today I've completed my 27th year as well, and I'm entering into 28. I'm very excited for that. At the same time, I have to be sharing all the 27 learnings I had in these 27 years. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. I have all my notes here on my iPad, so I'm just gonna be reading through them. Lesson number 1. It's okay to not have everything figured out. I just have 2 years left to touch my 30s, and 30s is kind of like a milestone that everyone has unintentionally set for themselves, where you need to have it all figured out. Like, do you have a house? Are you married? Are you in a successful career? Do you know what your passion is? One thing that I really struggle with is controlling. So I'm kind of like a control freak, where everything that happens in my life needs to be a part of my daily schedule, and anything that goes out of it, I get really freaked out. It is like a huge problem for me personally, which I'm slowly coming into realization that the next few years I'm not gonna have control in my life. Like, almost this year there's so many things that happen out of my control, and I should be okay with it. So I've learned to like kind of let go of this feeling where it needs to be perfect. I need to have it all figured out because it's all in my control. The point is, it is not. The moment you realize that, you have a huge load of opportunity, and you will actually fall in love and enjoy the uncertainty in life. The second lesson is power of gratitude. I think gratitude has been a game changer for me this year. Unlike any other years where I do practice gratitude, but genuinely this year I made it a point that every single day I practice gratitude, be it just one thing, if not three, that I'm grateful for. Even if it's been a total bad day, I will find out one reason, whatever it is. This just changes the perspective of what you see in your life. The moment you feel grateful about some things, you start counting your blessings. The moment you start counting your blessings, you'll have a smile in your face. The third lesson I have is the importance of self-care. This is a lesson I had last year as well, but I'm continuing to do it properly every single year, because self-care is a very essential part in our lives, guys. It is very, very important because trust me, there's no one around you, there's no one in this world who can take care of you as much as you can do it for yourself. Lesson 4 is the importance and the value of failure. It's a very deep lesson, to be honest. Especially this year, I did have a very few, like, touch wood, a very few amount of failure incidents in my life, be it my career or my personal life, but also in my business as well. There were few things which I anticipated, and I put my hard work into all of them, but it didn't turn out good, right? I did face a failure there, but those failures really taught me a lot of things. So there's just so much that failure can teach you if you just change your perspective in the way you see it. Lesson 5 is the importance of relationship. As a person, I do not have a lot of friends. I am very, very close-knit by a group of people who I can genuinely like count with my fingers. These people have seen me for a very, very long time, and they understand me so well, and I understand them as well. But genuinely, I am not a very extroverted person who will, casually reach out to you, stay connected to you. I'm really bad at texting back to people or attending their calls or giving them back a call. I don't know why. Maybe it's like laziness or a feeling that I already have what I want, like taking things for granted. But I genuinely understood the importance of relationship this year. The sixth lesson is the power of saying no. I think I had this in the last year as well, but that was like super initial. The game I'm in right now, guys, is on another level altogether. The way you can say no to someone without hurting your feelings and theirs, and eventually coming into a mature understanding that this was not supposed to be your task or your thing, or this is not something that will help you in the future. It's mind-blowing. Like, the way you can protect your boundaries by saying no is just another super weapon that you can unlock in this game. Lesson 7 is the beauty of imperfection. So this is a very personal thing. I think I spoke about this in my other channel, doit.com, as well. If you've not seen, please do check out doit.com on YouTube and on Instagram. But this year I had a lot of issues in terms of my face, like my skin. My skin was breaking out. I couldn't do anything. It was totally out of my control. I was freaking out more and more as I see, skin is breaking out, and then it's a vicious cycle. Like the more you stress, the more acne you're gonna get. I've just learned and accepted that my skin is never gonna be perfect. There will always be something that I would want to change. There will always be something imperfect in my eyes, but that's the beauty. No one's supposed to be perfect. Everyone's perfect in their own ways, but in the standards of being perfect, I don't think anyone fits in that. The eighth lesson is to continue learning. Learning is the only thing each and every single person has to continue throughout their life until the day they die. Every single day, intentionally, unintentionally, there's so much that we learn in this world through meeting new people, through internet, through books, through experiences in life, however it is. See it as a learning. The moment you realize that this is a learning, the perspective is going to completely change in the narrative. My next two lessons, 9 and 10, are actually kind of like interconnected. It's all about positive thinking and positive affirmations. They're a little bit more different. Let's see them one by one. Positive thinking is basically having a positive mindset. Whenever you're put into a situation, instead of cribbing, instead of going through the whole stress journey, why don't you see it a little bit more positively? Try to find a positive thing in the situation that is causing you more stress. There can be something that you will come up with. Again, it's all tied up with being more grateful. There's some lesson or something that you can learn from the whole situation. So having that positive mindset or positive thinking to begin with will really help you. The next one is about positive affirmations. Now, positive thinking is, I feel, rather a little difficult, but positive affirmations comes very easily. There are certain things or certain affirmations that I repeat to myself. It's actually a song which is like really cool. I'll just tell you the first few lines of it. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch. I'm gonna go get that bag and I'm not gonna take your shit. I'm protected, well respected, I'm a queen, I'm a dream. I do what I want to do and I am who I want to be. So it's like really cool. Maybe I'm not singing it properly, but this is some positive affirmation I keep repeating. The 11th lesson is actually financial literacy. I actually have a few videos in my channel as well. Genuinely, this year, I've still not aced it. Trust me, there's a long way for me to go here, but still I think there's something I've realized and I've understood that I need little bit more financial literacy in my life. It's like very important, guys. Like, trust me, being independent, being able to manage your money properly will only bring more money to you, right? It's not all about putting all your money in savings account or in an FD or in an RD. It's all about managing it, letting it grow so you can be more and more abundant with finance. The 12th lesson is the importance of physical health. Again, a follow-up from my last year's lesson as well. But genuinely, touch wood, this year has been a great progress in terms of my health. I did an aerial yoga class. I was very consistent with my yoga as well. And I think I did, in between, I had like this intense workout sessions to like, pump up a little, and that was really good. Like, I've lost track of that right now, but I think I'll soon like resume it back. Move your body at least like 3 to 4 times a week. That is the limits I've kept for myself, and I really hope that works for you as well. The 13th lesson is the power of forgiveness. The moment you forgive someone, right, you actually forgive a little part of you as well. Imagine a situation where someone did something wrong to you. You obviously blame them for all the wrongdoings, but at the same time you also blame you a little. Like I do, genuinely, because I feel like I made it happen, or I let that happen to me. I should have stopped it before, or I should have said no before. That also causes a little scar in us, right? The moment you forgive the other person who's done all that, but at the same time, why can't you forgive yourself? It automatically comes in and you start forgiving yourself, letting that go, taking it as a lesson and moving past that. See forgiving others not for them but for you. The 14th lesson is actually importance of boundaries in our life. This is very important, and I think this was my major and the biggest learning I had last year, and I'm continuing the same this year as well. To put it in simple words, Know where you want to say no, know where you can go a little bit more and say yes to things. Imagine there's a fence and you are inside this. Anything within the fence is allowed, anything that goes outside, you're not happy with it. It makes you feel sad, it hurts you, you really don't like stuffs like that. The moment anything like that happens, say no, and make sure you're not associated with those kind of stuffs again. The next lesson, lesson number 15, is actually enjoying and valuing your solitude. Like personally, in my relationship, my husband has to be outside for a longer period of time than me, and my work also is like work from home, and I run this business, everything at home, so I don't get a lot of human interaction, on a weekly basis. So I'm looking forward to that. But I've also learned to enjoy my own company, be it just going for a mall, going for a cup of coffee, or staying at home completely doing nothing, just enjoying the time I have with me, because you enjoy the time you have with everyone else because you keep having that, right? Be it your workspace, with your parents, with any events that you go to, definitely all that is great. But you have to learn to live with you have to learn to accept you have to learn to enjoy yourself. So that's really important, and I hope you guys also learn this because it's really beautiful. Lesson number 16 is accepting the fact that you're gonna feel vulnerable sometime or the other. It's unavoidable in this situation. Express it out. Maybe they're not doing it on purpose. That's something I learned as well. And I usually tend not to talk about it or even journal about those kind of times where I felt vulnerable, but genuinely I'm embracing that right now because that's also a feeling. Like, I think this came in from a book that I read recently, The Happiness Trap. It's all about telling happiness is like a trap that you're setting into, like, because otherwise you just are looking forward to having this happy feeling, but in real life it doesn't really happen. Like, it's part of like all the different emotions that you go through, and learn how to embrace each one of them. It was really good. I highly recommend that. But yeah, a part of embracing and going through the vulnerable feeling is also good. Number 17 is importance of giving back. I think something I've realized in adulthood is you have such a blessed life, and there are people around you who don't, and it's very important that you do some charity, give back to them. There's a Bible saying which says, if you give to a person with your right hand, make sure your left hand doesn't see it. It's how discreet and it's how beautiful it's supposed to be. You should not boast about giving back to the world. I'm not gonna do that, but at the same time I've learned the importance of bringing a smile in a stranger's face. Lesson number 18, which is kind of like a very important one, the importance of perseverance. Doing something despite it feeling super difficult is called as perseverance. Like continuing to doing the same thing when you know and your brain knows that it's going to be very tough. So I've learned this over the time, and I've also started to enjoy the challenge or enjoy the difficulty, because some way or the other I know I'm going to get through that. Even if I don't get through that, it's totally fine, but subconsciously in my head I know that I'm going to get through that. So I'm just enjoying the struggle period, learning it, doing it, and failing again and again, because I know one day or the other I'm going to ace it. So enjoying this moment of perseverance, keeping it going. Number 19 is something I've already touched before in this video itself, the power of letting go. It control freaks like me, please say hi in the comment section. But I genuinely think I've learned this, and I still have more to go, but this has really helped me to be at peace when I know things are not going in my control. Okay, we are coming to the last 7. Lesson number 20 is importance of self-belief. So this is coming from the movie Inside Out. It was a life-changing movie, guys. If you have not watched it, please watch part 1 and part 2. So this especially is from part 2. So in part 2, they tell you how your belief system is made based on all the memories, basically core memories, and then that's what you believe about yourself. Learn to recognize your self-belief system. I am not asking you to change anything right now because it's too early, or it's like a huge thing to change your self-belief system. But learn to recognize your self-belief system. What are the things that you genuinely believe true to yourself? 21 is embrace changes. This year has been a year of change for me in my body, especially. I think I've addressed it before as well, but there's a huge part of time where I was not able to accept that fact, and that was really troubling me to see me differently. My face, my body, the way I look, the way I walk. There's a lot of change that kept on happening. The control freak in me was like really getting paranoid because I don't like it. Like, maybe I was hesitant with the change and I didn't want a change to happen. But eventually, I actually came to a conclusion that change is like inevitable. Change is the only constant. Lesson 22, to live in the moment. Because there's a lot that happens around us, like be it, cutting a cake or, going to a favorite place. Let's just put our cameras down. Let's just take a moment to enjoy seeing what we have right now. Like, I know right now I'm in my shooting spot, my bedroom with my lights on, like my camera is pointing at me. But this is a dream I had just 3 years ago. Like, to feel this is like absolutely crazy that I'm living a dream that I dreamt of just 3 years ago. Lesson 23, which again I've repeated in the last video, which is important of finding your ikigai. Ikigai is the purpose of your life. I'm very grateful because there are so many people that I know of have still not found their ikigai. Find the purpose why you're brought to this world. Lesson 24 is actually seeking help. This year I've raised my hand whenever I felt that I need help and I need like some more attention from my husband or someone to just talk to me or just listen to me, or my body needs help. I've given it to it myself. From my husband, from my mother, or from my friends, whoever it is in my life, I seek help the moment I need help. 25th and 26th lesson go hand in hand. 25th lesson is all about enjoying silence. And 26th lesson is all about digital detox. So I found myself always wanting something. As in, for example, when I'm doing a chore, okay, I'm just cleaning the dining table, I need a music playing in the background. I need a video playing in the background, or I need someone on call to talk to me. So I needed multiple distractions to keep me like engaged in the task, which is super bad. 100% bad. If you're also doing the same, stop doing it. Like, where are you living in the moment? Like, why do you need all those distractions? So that's where the power of silence comes in. The last lesson, it's very, very important, and I think I've learned it personally this year, to enjoy and value the importance of delayed gratification. In this day and age, not just me, everyone is all about instant gratification. Genuinely, we are not seeing the bigger picture here. Why am I doing the task? Why did I go for a run today? It's not for the coffee. It's not for 1 hour of scrolling time. It's for a bigger goal. We are all here today. It's not about something you get right now, tomorrow, or in the next few days, or even in the next year, guys. The bigger picture is beyond your imagination unless and until you start recognizing it. So yeah, that was my 27 lessons in 27 years. I feel older, I feel wiser, like Shifu Master. Like, I feel like I've unlocked like a level of Shifu Master right now. But anyways, this video was really, really helpful for me to look back and see how much I've grown. I hope this video is very helpful for you guys as well. Have an amazing day, and that's all for today. Wait, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and comment down any lessons that you've learned during this year. That's all. Bye bye. Take care.